Let's say you're in the woods or on the job site. Tank Top Tony's in a bad mood one day and he runs down on you. What are you gonna do? You're gonna get the war club out. And what's gonna happen when you get the war club out? You're gonna freaking knock his head clean off. War club time, baby. Dudes and dudettes of YouTube land, it's Frank with What's the Point EDC. We're gonna take this Becker BK-9 and make us a war stick out of this here piece of wood. Gabe with The Last Huntsman started this open tag. Let's see what this Becker can get itself into. I've already removed all the bark off of it. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna continue shaping it, and I'm gonna clip some clips together. I'm gonna try to keep this video short, but we're gonna make this here club. As you guys can see in here, this is some serious wood. It's very much seasoned. I don't know what kind of wood it is. It might be oak, it might be something else. Somebody in the comment section will know, that's for sure. Big shout out to Gabe, The Last Huntsman, for tagging me in this challenge. I really appreciate that. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot about the BK-9. One of the things that I did learn is I had no idea I was going to like the knife so much. I didn't realize it was going to be as nimble as it was while still having the chopping power. The way you can choke up on the knife is excellent. The contouring on the scales felt really good in hand, and it did what it needed to do, and it did good. So I'm a fan of the BK-9. Got to knock this knot down right here where that limb was coming out. It's holding up very good. 1095 Crovan seems to be doing very good. I wasn't sure exactly how good it would do. I didn't think it would do bad, but it is doing very good. I'll say that right now. Okay, so I went inside. I got something to eat real quick. Wiped the knife off. Check the blade. Look for any damage at all. Any rolling, any nicks, chips. Check this out. Yeah, I've definitely been hard on it. This is some that is extreme. This stuff's, it's heavy as hell too. I still got to take a lot of, pretty good amount off of this. But this is what I have so far. Gotten it shaped up. This is very, very heavy. I mean, this thing still, that's got to be 15 pounds at least, man. This thing is a monster. Getting a little bit more shaped up, you know, as you can see here, thinning it out. Doesn't weigh quite as much anymore. It's still entirely too heavy in my opinion to be wielded correct. It doesn't look like it's that big, but trust me, this thing is extremely heavy for its size. It's very dense. I mean, this is very dense for sure. Gonna keep it going here. Definitely having fun. This is a very good way to test the knife. Now, after we're done with this, we're gonna see if this will still cut paper or not. I know that's not a definitive test, but it is a good one just to get an idea of things. Never mind what's going on back here. That's how dense this is. The farther I go in on the wood, it seems to go from extremely hard to it's more fibrous. It's still really hard and dense, but it's more fibrous and not quite as hard. If that makes any sense, I don't know, but as you can see, I'll show you. See how it's kind of like fibrous all in this area? You know, it wasn't real fibrous there at the beginning. It was really hard and chippy. The BK-9 has definitely put in some work. I can definitely testify to how good this knife is. There's your clobbering end, right here's your handle. I'm gonna show you guys something here. I know I'm not doing a whole really in-depth video on how to do this, but I'm just giving you guys little, you know, little tidbits. So what I've done is I've taken the blade and I just knocked it against the wood. That way, now I can come clean it off. You see how easy that is to clean off? Yeah, nice and easy. As opposed to having to chop, 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 chop every single time. It comes off nice and easy. You kind of make a line of where you want to go. We're just going to use this part right here as an example. Let's just say I want to thin this out. I'll just chop at it a little bit. You know, and get me a little area going to where I want to thin it out, and then I'll just take the blade and just run it straight down. Knock it right on off, making it pretty simple. This is another day. This is day 2 of this, but I can definitely tell you guys the BK-9 is definitely a solid knife. Very good. Nice contouring, feels good. I'm definitely digging this one right here. I gotta choke up on the knife to do this part right here. Let's see how it feels. At the end of the day, this is a good test for a knife. I've actually learned a lot about this knife, but I'll choke up on this, come right here so I can shape that bit of a contour. It's definitely a great knife. I mean, it just works good with that pinch up grip like this. Little bat, 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 bat. Works perfect. It really does. This is a solid knife. This is a very useful knife. It's got a very good size. It's right there at the size to where it's almost, you're gonna start losing ability to do things like this the bigger that it gets. After it gets any more bigger than this, you know, this has a nice clip point, so it's, the tip's still down just a little bit, so you can do a whole lot with this knife. I'm digging this knife. Who would have known that I'd like it this much? I definitely would have never thought that. I didn't. That's something that I want to talk about as well, is letting these really good knives go by the wayside simply because they're not the latest and the greatest thing. These old tried and true tested designs, sometimes we let the latest and the greatest and the newest thing take over some amazing stuff like this. I'm guilty of it. You've got a good pommel on here. If I really wanted to, I'm telling you, this thing does it all. Stick's not looking too bad here. This may be the point where I cut it off, I'm not sure, and just end it for what it is, you know. We'll just finish it up another way. I gotta add in some footage of me hitting something with it though, that's for sure. Let's say you're in the woods or on the job site. Tank Top Tony's in a bad mood one day and he runs down on you. What are you gonna do? You're gonna get the war club out. And what's gonna happen when you get the war club out? You're gonna freaking knock his head clean off. War club time, baby. You won't believe it, but all that did was dent the freaking head in. We're gonna let him live another day. I think he definitely deserves it. What do you think? Next up, trail cam. The trail cam's got on your nerves. It stopped working. You've had it on the tree and it's been malfunctioning over and over again. What do? You get the freaking war club out. What do you do with the war club? You break that mother. That's right. War club, baby. Don't make me. So the BK-9 did very good. It really did. It took everything. As you guys heard in the beginning, how hard the wood started off. There's no rolls, no chips, no damage, no nothing. This thing did very freaking good. Let's go ahead and cut some paper with it and see what it's got. I just wiped the edge off. Will it still cut paper? I don't know. It's pretty good. I didn't strop it or anything. That's pretty good, you guys. Look. I know wood isn't extremely abrasive, but you gotta say, that's pretty good right here. This is the standard 1095 Crowvan steel. Probably it was very comfortable. The contouring did very good. Definitely a fun challenge. I enjoyed this right here. This will be something that I'll keep around and beat around with. Take it out to the woods with me, go demolish some stuff. You never know. Big shout out to Gabe, the last huntsman, for making this challenge right here, the War Club Challenge. Big shout out to him. I had fun with this one right here. Last things last. If you're an addict, never quit quitting. Stay strong and live long. If you're struggling with bad thoughts, reach out and talk to somebody. It is okay to talk. Never go at it alone. Never quit quitting and never give up, y'all. Take it easy and stay greasy. BK-9, you know what time it is.